All right, all right, all right. We live in full effect. I am Victor Vanico Johnson, Nico Don Projects. I got my co-host over here on the side, Laquita Monley, M5 Real Estate Solutions. And we also have a quick guest. My man, Terrence T-Top Hanserd has dropped in. He's actually on his way to a health appointment, picking up somebody and getting them in shape. But we wanted to talk to you real quick, Terrence Hanserd, about some health tips that we could share with our community here at Create Your Future Self Live. So if you don't mind, and I know you're driving, so keep your eyes on the road. You just talk. Don't worry about looking down at us. We got you on this end. You just drive forward. But just tell the people who you are. Tell us about your business and what you do, sir.
My name is Terrence Hanserd. I'm based out of California, and I love helping people get healthy and develop healthy physical, mental habits that they can use for a lifetime. It's just not a sprint or a race. We create habits that will last a marathon. So my goal is to build better futures, healthier people, and increase family values around health and fitness.
I like that. Super important. Super important. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Laquita.
No, I was just going to say I really liked what he said because it's about helping people to develop different, healthier lifestyle instead of just that temporary change. But I would like to go ahead and ask a question. How did you get started, and tell us some more about your story?
Well, generally, I've always been athletic. I played college football, high school football. I've always had a good work ethic when it comes to the physical side. And the thing about that is I wasn't getting my full potential because I knew nothing about the health side. And I kind of look at it, you got to look at it from this perspective. Okay, if you want to perform like a sports car, you got to put premium fuel in your body, right?
Right.
So that was one of the things I looked at. I got tired of wearing the extra large clothes. I got tired of having low stamina, low energy. So I had to sit back and look at, what can I do different? How can I extend my lifespan? So I subtracted a lot of salts, a lot of sugars, a lot of processed foods out of my diet, and just got back to a lot of the natural fruits and vegetables. And that kind of it did a lot for me. And I experienced that myself, and formed different habits and different patterns to help create and help other people. And I just love helping other people get healthy. So that was one of the big reasons why I got started. I wish, we can never go back to our past, but I know that if that's something I would have did while I was playing college ball, I would have been a lot better, a lot better athlete, a lot better person. So that's pretty much why.
But I love that you made the adjustment. You figured out something wasn't working right, made the adjustment, cut out the sugars in your diet. I'm sure not only from the physical standpoint, but probably from your overall health, you probably saw some tremendous benefits. Looking at your website, Livinproof365.com, and we're gonna drop it into the chat here. But I'm looking at this thing, man, talking about you've done 25 Spartan races in 3 years.
Yeah.
Bruh, what's up with that, man? Talk about that real quick, man.
Well, the Spartan races, that's what kind of ignited the fire, because I did the first one. I got invited by some friends to do the first one, man, and that got the competitive juices flowing. And I was like, man, I'm out here and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to. So what can I do to get better with this? And no, at a certain age, you got to let those NFL dreams go, those NBA dreams go, whatever those dreams you had in high school and college, they over with. So you got to find a different goal. It could be cycling, it could be obstacle course racing, it could be jogging, it could be whatever you want it to be, but you can make it competitive. You can make book reading competitive. It all starts with small habits, right? So with the obstacle course racing, that started with just training different muscles, training different body parts. And from there, I just just kept going with it, man. I mean, it's different. It's challenges. It's kind of old school because it go back to swinging on monkey bars and climbing ropes and jumping over
Hmm.
things. So it's pretty much the basic body movements.
The good old days. The good old days.
The
I
good
hear you.
old days of climbing. We grew up climbing, falling out of trees, man. We knew how to fall down and get up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Fall down and get up. And that's a valuable lesson in life, that it helps you to overcome those challenges, because we keep getting them, whether it's a credit issue, your weight issue, your financial issue, whatever it is, or relationships. You're going to fall down. Don't think you're not, but to be able to get back up is cool. So I know you only got a couple more minutes with us. Real quickly, give us one thing you feel like makes you being a health coach different than most of these health coaches out here.
I focus on the mental aspect of it. Just like you was talking about financing, buying homes, real estate, rebuilding credit, it all has a mental capacity to it. So even with fitness and health, you got to start small and build those habits that turn into routines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, we want to minimize doctor visits. We want to feel better. I challenge everybody today, to think of treating yourself to a shopping spree, right? So if you need to lose some weight, eventually you're going to have to buy new clothes, right? So if you lose that weight, now you go treat yourself with new outfits. You see what I'm saying?
I like
Because
that.
Yeah.
everything, I mean, that's something that kind of got my wife going, right? Because she had a major change too, and she got to go shopping.
Nice.
Yeah. Listen,
I mean, we all at the end of the day, we all like new stuff, right? So we
For
like
sure.
new energy, new foods. Don't be afraid to experiment with new things, because your taste buds will change. That's the first thing and this is a nugget. The first thing you're gonna have to do is retrain your taste buds, because you're gonna want the salts, you're gonna want the sugars, but a lot of the stuff has natural flavor, and we're taking away from the natural flavor of things. Enjoy the natural flavors, and I guarantee you'll like it. I guarantee that.
That's powerful.
yeah.
Well, again, I know you got to go. I appreciate you sharing that nugget. We're definitely going to bring you back in and talk a little bit more in detail about some key things that people can do to get their physical health together, especially wrapping up this year, getting ready to go into a holiday season and all that. We have your website on here, Livinproof365.com. Just in closing, T-Top, on Friday nights, you do an event, don't you, virtually, where people could tap in with you and work out? What time can they join in on that?
Man, that's actually 7 p.m. my time, so I know that's kind of,
So
a
yeah, it's
little
9
late.
p.m. Central Time, I guess 10 p.m. East Coast time. But if you're a soldier, you're gonna jump in there Friday nights with my man T-Top.
Hey,
Nice.
can I leave one last nugget? One last nugget, and
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely.
it's an easy one. I know with the COVID and the Zooms and stuff like that, take your breaks. Go for a 15-minute walk. Do some squats at your chair. Get up and stretch. Also, if you go out shopping to grocery stores or pick up food or anything like that, park a little further. Get you a little walk in. It won't hurt you. Trust me. It's a little added value to get that health ball rolling.
That's right. So take the extra parking spaces further away to get them extra steps in. Definitely makes a difference. Top, I'm gonna let you go. I know you got that next appointment. I appreciate you while you're driving to it, tapping in with us for a moment, and then we'll definitely get you back in, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt. Peace and love. Peace and love.
No doubt, man. Be safe out there, bro.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank you.
right. Yeah. So good stuff, Laquita, and I appreciate you dropping in, letting him drop in with us for a few minutes. I really just wanted him to share. He's such an inspiration to me. Terrance and I are on a weekly call on Sunday night, or Sundays mornings now. We switched it from night to morning. And it's probably about 18 other brothers, and we hold each other accountable. We are our accountability group. I've been in this group now, I guess going on 2 years, every Sunday we tapping in with each other, talking about, okay, well, what are your health goals? What is your spirit goal for the week? What is your hustle goal for the week? And what's your bag goal? What's your money goal for the week?
Yeah.
And we talk through those 4 elements, and everybody, it's not just a rah-rah session. It's well, bruh, you said you was going to do 150 push-ups every day, and you didn't do it. So what's the consequence? Really pushing each other to be better than we were last week. So,
I really love that because having accountability partners is absolutely necessary, not just as entrepreneurs, business owners, career professionals, but that's something that you want to have in your life, period. In our Christian walk, we call them prayer partners. But again, it's just a different word to call accountability. For accountability partners, me and a good friend of mine, she was on here earlier this year, Cynthia. She's the mindset coach, and we're starting an accountability group for that particular reason, because you want people to hold you accountable that you can be honest and vulnerable with. But at the same time, when they're pushing you, it's out of concern and out of love and not out of any type of negativity. And so that group that you guys have, that's absolutely fabulous. And I'm really excited to be able to have Terrance back, because we talk all the time about the necessities of power teams and the different things that we need to do in our life to make that mental adjustment. But we have yet to talk about that physical health aspect of it. And if you look at any successful person that you might follow, whether you're trying to better yourself or whether it's somebody you follow in the entertainment or athletic arena, their spiritual growth and their fitness goals are absolutely at the top of their list. And in most instances, it's the first thing they do with their day before they do anything else. They knock that part out first to set the tone for their day, for them physically, mentally. Like I heard you tell him earlier, that health and that physical aspect of it clears your mind and increases your mental focus as well.
Yes. It's super powerful. Think about the successful people that are around you, or even people that you emulate or that you're modeling after. They can't just be normal 8 to 5 type people, right? Because you have to do so much extra to be successful in our world, in our society. And so being a person who burns those extra hours during the day to be successful, now you got a body that's being worn down more. You got to take care of that. That's the first part of it, is to be able to be physically capable. What if you're running this great successful company, you got a great household, you're running all this stuff, and then suddenly you get a chink in your chain. You can't quite the giddy ain't getting up like it used to.
Now, right?
You end up in a hospital for extended period of time. So if you've done it right and built your teams and systems, that's great. But while you're in the building mode, it's very hard to build if your body is not physically capable. If you just can't get out of bed the next morning, everything gets on hold. You know what I'm saying? And so you're right. I think we should talk more about the health aspect of it, because health is wealth. Having good health leads to having proper wealth in your life. And so Terrance is my go-to guy for nutrition, for health tips. That's my guy. I text him, hey man, this is what I need help on, trying to pick up 20 pounds, healthy 20 pounds, or I want to do this or that. Hey man, this is what you need to do. And so, yeah, we'll bring him back in for sure to talk to us more about
it's being healthy, no matter what you're doing in life. I remember, and my pastor says that today, and we've been affiliated, we've been a part of the ministry since like 2002. And he will always talk about the importance of your health, especially those that wanted to be ministers. It's like how you're preaching and teaching, and that's a lot of movement. You're having to go to this state, this country, and you winded. And it comes out as a funny, like people might think you under the power of the Holy Ghost, but you just died because you under because you weren't
not funny anymore.
I know, right? Like the message ain't over, but you can't breathe no more.
Wow, that's something.
But it's true, because you've been on stage before, and that does take a lot of energy out of you if you're moving and speaking, and God forbid you're doing demonstrations and whatnot. That takes a lot of energy out of you. And just even for me, if I'm not healthy, if I'm leaving Colleen and I'm going to Kenya, to Germany, or to the UK, the flight time is 10, 11, going to Africa, 26, 20 plus hour flight.
Right.
That doesn't even include how much time I spent moving through the airport. Was my flight late? Did I have to run to the next gate? Right. I run with no bags to a gate that's not close. So are you physically prepared for the things that you actually say you want to do? When you get and you deliver, as a teacher, even for real estate, you and I have been through probably countless messed up houses, like they were gonna fall down. You got the boots on, your shoes on.
Yes.
You listen to this contractor, you listen to this owner, and are you tired? Yes, you have to be physically fit to be able to be successful in no matter what it is you want to do.
Absolutely. And I had to learn this last year, really being full-time in that entrepreneur space. It's okay to not work every minute of your day. Allowing time for information to be processed, 1. 2, allowing your body and your mind to reset is super important. Like, you just can't keep running and running and running. And, one thing that I've always been big on, even before my entrepreneur journey, I've always been, I guess, in leadership and in work, and being able to put something, just anything in my body to get started, obviously, whether it's a banana, a sandwich, a piece of toast, because your body is working even when you're sleeping. And so you have to give it something to say, okay, we're getting ready to start moving. We're getting ready to start thinking. We're getting ready to start, being in an active state. And your body is like, well, bruh, I was doing all this while you was chilling. So give me something to revive. And it's really important. I know a lot of people don't like to eat breakfast, but it definitely is important to put some kind of nutrition in your body when you first wake up. Yeah, absolutely. Especially, and drinking some water, to get them systems running. It's just like a car. If you live in a cold state, where in Wisconsin, you can't just start your car and go, buddy. You got to let that sucker warm up a little bit.
Absolutely. This aspect of health and wellness. Earlier this month on the 10th, me and my son were in a pretty bad car accident and totaled our truck. And outside of the physical pain of the accident, the benefit that I've taken away from this was, 1, I wasn't as healthy as I thought I was, because David was not as nearly injured as I was. And we were both in the front seat of the vehicle when it happened. But the bounce back ability for his body and the length of time that it's going to take for him to heal is very different than mine. But 2, a positive takeaway for me for that is what you were saying earlier, not working every minute of every day, giving yourself time to process the information. I've had a lot of downtime since the 10th to look at videos for my self-improvement, to hone in my craft, to perfect my craft, and to really process some things that have been sitting on the table for me to deal with that I hadn't dealt with, to see, which direction were we going to go with that? What was the positive move in this and what wasn't? And now that I had no choice but to focus on me, because I can't do much. Right. It was very helpful. So like you said, if I would have been taking more time at the beginning of my day, or take a day for that, my health would have been a lot better, and my body would have been in better condition to being able to absorb that crash.
No, it's important, and when we're in this, even in this age group that we're in, we are still considered young, compared to many others that we probably are getting mentored from. And it's important. If you look at a lot of them, they'll tell you, man, don't keep running yourself ragged, thinking you could do this, that, and the third, because you have the energy. But give yourself some time to process everything. I'm that guy that was stack meetings on top of meetings and appointments on top of appointments. And it's still a work in progress for me even now. But I've found myself now giving myself at least a nice little 2-hour buffer between things, just to, one, take in what I just discussed, two, to get ready for the next thing that I might be working on, and three, just to kind of sit down and get a snack, throw, an apple in me and drink some water. Okay, cool. Let's get busy and move on to the next thing. And so I definitely want people to keep that in mind.
Absolutely. And all this, I have learned the blessings of a power nap, right? Just to have that minute to myself. I don't care whether it's 30 minutes, an hour. It does make me feel better when I wake up. And I'm better able to deal with either whatever it was before I took my nap or the things that I know I have planned for the rest of my day. Giving my body the proper rest and nutrients and fitness is absolutely necessary in order to maintain the pace that we need to maintain to drive towards success.
How long would you say a power nap should last?
Now, see, I ain't looked up the technicality of that, but I found that like maybe after 30, 45 minutes, if I set my alarm, most times I end up waking up before that alarm goes off. But in the event that I don't, when that alarm goes off and I get up, get myself, something to drink, some water, or right now I'm drinking green smoothies, get myself one of those. I actually feel good and what I have learned, I can't just jump up from my nap and then try to dive right back into work. That just powers me down. But if I actually give my body a chance to wake up again fully, then I'm good.
Yeah. No, it's just I ask because for some a power nap could be 5 to 10 minutes. Others it could be 2 hours. I don't know. I mean, just trying to figure out what's the power nap in there.
Right?
But,
And that's something I need to go ahead and look up and see what do professionals say about a power nap and a time frame. But if I sleep longer than an hour, I'm just gonna stay asleep. I can't do that.
Yeah.
If I sleep longer than an hour, my day is done.
Me and my office mate, we talk about this quite often here. Mrs. Latasha Johnson, the DFW realtor. We periodically will find ourselves just having a cat nap just in the middle of the day. Her probably more than me, but we always just try to figure out what is that sweet spot. And I think about 30, 45 minutes is a good reset. Yeah, maybe an hour tops for sure.
Yeah. On the times where I have honestly just hit that snooze and did not get up or just turned that alarm off and I stayed asleep, that hour turned into more hours. And so by the time I did wake up, my day is done. So
power nap turned into bedtime.
My power nap turned into a sleep.
That was a straight bedtime, right?
Yeah. So then you just get up and, do stuff in the house and prepare for the next day. And well, Lord, I must have needed that sleep then. So
yeah, your body will tell you a lot of times, but sometimes it's good to not wait till your body tells you. And so having these type of tactics, I love what Terrance said, just in your normal movement, in your driving places, try not to park right next to the handicap space. Maybe give yourself 2 rows to walk to the grocery store. And, one of the things I like to do is I've been doing this since my early 20s. My homeboys would come over to the house. We all hanging out, playing game stations or whatever we're doing. And I might just break out and do 20 quick push-ups real quick or do some squats real quick, just because I can feel my body getting stiff. And one thing that's so important to me, especially now I'm in my mid-40s, I want to maintain my elasticity. I want to be able to be flexible as I can. I recently had a pinched nerve issue in my shoulder because I'm sitting up, doing all this typing. But again,
pain.
Doing those exercises and realizing, you know what, you are sitting up, you tensed up, you typing all this time. Let your body relax, be in a relaxed state and really get comfortable and do some stretches. She showed me one with the tennis ball and put the tennis ball in a pillowcase and hang it over the backside and catch them little knots that be back there and just slide up and down on a wall and let it roll on them, get some of them knots out, and you do the other side. And you go up and down, and you can go side to side with that tennis ball in your pillowcase. And that's a great exercise to stretch out those muscles behind your neck and behind your shoulders. So many of us, I bet you right now, about 17 people just grabbed their shoulder and did just like this because they can relate. Well, it's from sitting at these desks and not really giving ourselves the proper distance from our desk and keeping our elbows close to our bodies and stuff like that. So just all these things are important because especially now, many of us are working from home. You know, find the time to walk outside, take in some fresh air, look at the different colors of the leaves instead of just looking at all this digital pixels on your screen all the time. It's really important. Our bodies was not built to be sitting down, looking at a screen 8, 10, 12 hours a day. We're not built for that. Even centuries later, we still aren't built for that. So get moving. Definitely.
Yeah. Absolutely. We have one of our viewers put a comment in here. They said it's important to relax the body, the mind, and have proper nutrition. And that's absolutely on point. If we are able to do those things, our mental focus, our physical capability, it will increase 100-fold. And if your mind is sharp, you can do a lot better on your job or in your business. If you are physically fit, you're putting the right nutrients in, then you can't help but to give 110 because you have 110 to give.
Yep. I'm going to drop this link in here to the event. Terrance is actually one of our speakers. He's going to be talking. We're doing that youth program or Create Your Future Self youth program in a couple Sundays. And he's one of the speakers. We don't teach kids about proper health. Everything he said, getting your mind and body right. You know, I'll talk about the credit piece. And we got a gentleman a couple guys talking about success mindset for teenagers. Because here's the thing the teenagers are dealing with. Social media, and they feel like they have to compete with somebody that they don't even know that's on social media, looking a certain way, talking a certain way, acting a certain way. But you can be the you that you want to be. You don't have to be what anybody else wants you to be. So we really want to drill into juniors and seniors in high school. So if you have teenagers out there in your life, get them involved with it. It's a free event. We just really want to talk to young people that are getting ready to step into that college life or that are, getting ready to step into a career, post-high school career, and realizing that you don't have to be what everybody wants you to be, but you do need to have some important aspects about your health and your mental health. And also, you need to understand some very key elements about money and credit, how to build and manage those things. So I'll be talking about that to some young people. We want them to start out right because by 18 and a half, my credit was jacked up already. So if we can help some teenagers get off to a good start, we want to do it.
That's awesome because, I mean, you're hitting the right age, that middle school, high school age, whatever habits we're going to have as an adult, you probably have already developed those bad habits. And generally, those bad habits come because we haven't been taught good habits. Bless our parents' heart, but they taught us the best that they had with what they had. They were the best of themselves because that's what parents do.
Right.
So when we're young people, we only have the capacity to do what we've been taught unless we've done some work on our own to try to improve upon what we already knew. And so with this generation, I think has really honed in on that fact and is doing a great deal to try to improve themselves. And so, of course, like yours is absolutely imperative for young people. I would even say from that junior, senior age, even until they're 21, your undergrad and your grad, because you're still trying to figure it out. Most of us got in trouble in college because the credit cards were coming. They were showing up in the mail and like, oh, free money.
It's not free money. It's definitely not free money. So if that's the one tip we can give you teenagers out there, when you show up at that college campus or it shows up in the mail because you're 18, do not automatically just accept that credit card. Only use about 10% of what they're issuing to you. So if they send you a $500 credit card, then you only want to spend $50 of that and pay it in full every month. That's how you build good credit, young folks and grown folks out there. How about that? So anyway, any last comments, Laquita? We were going to cut this one short today, but any last comments we want to share with the folks?
First of all, let me apologize for my dog. She got way too excited today. Just way too excited today. But a few. She wants us to know she here.
Right.
But, you know, no, just really just adding to what you said, the event that you have coming up for the young people, let's get that out there, promote it. For those of you that are viewing us today, thank you so much for your continued support and viewing us across Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, as well as on Twitter. Please get this broadcast, like it, share it across every social media platform that you're on. And if you're on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, copy that link, and put that link out to as many people as possible, both young and old. We need to improve upon our health and our fitness. We need to improve upon the nutrients that we put in our bodies as parents, as grandparents, and even for our young people. Let's get let's get registered for this upcoming event that Vic is doing with Create Your Future Self for you, and learn what you need to know now while you're young so that your success can start today. You know, I love seeing those success stories of young people who have, you know, accomplished their goals at 21, 22, 23, 25-year-olds, and they're knocking the ball out the park. That's like super exciting. So if they can do it, young people, any of you can do it. You just need to help to get pointed in that right direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my only comment for the rest of the folks out there is you got 3 or 4 more days. You can early vote. Please get out there and vote early if you have not already. It don't matter what you feel like you're representing, but represent something. Represent your own voice at that ballot box. And if you absolutely can't get out there this week, I'll pray for you if you got to go next Tuesday the 3rd. But if you didn't do it this week, you have to do it next Tuesday on the 3rd. So that's my only comment. We appreciate you guys joining us for sure. And we'll see you next week, Monday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Create Your Future Self Live right here with Laquita and Vic.
Awesome. Take care, guys. See you next Monday.